So let's take a look at the markets before we get into our portfolio. We got last week the S&P closing up. It had a really interesting week. It pretty much went down and then up again. It closed up in the positive with 0.4%. The Nasdaq also closed up in the positive. It's down on the week. Actually, on the entire week, it's down, but it closed up Friday on positive. Remember what I said? Usually, I believe over 80% when the markets close up in a positive on a Friday, they're going to open up in a positive on a Monday. Also, the Dow Jones, I can't talk anymore, closed up pretty much in a positive. It's 1.11% up this week. We're not going to talk about the DAX. I don't get it. Let's talk about the DAX just a couple of seconds. So Germany is the second year in the recession and they're still up like 10%. Wait, 30% for the year. I don't get it. The S&P is up 35% and they're only lagging 5% back to the S&P. And remember, let me take a look at the Nasdaq. Nasdaq 35%. So we have Nvidia, Microsoft, AMD, we have Tesla. We have the greatest companies in the world, in the US, and it's only up on the year 35%. I don't get it. How can the DAX be that much up? What am I missing here? Regardless, oil is down. Oil is down and it's interesting down. Oil is almost down to the 6-month average. Look at that. We were at 68.48 WTI crude oil, and we're down at 68.78. So just a couple of percent, and it's down on a 6-month low. Take a look at the year. I mean, take a look at the full chart. It may be that we could see no, you should wait. So if the RSI is going to hit somewhere down here in the low 40s, so under 35, and even if I could see oil go down in the low 30s now, the RSI. So if this happens, I would say buy some oil because it did had a pretty big drop. I'm going to come back to oil when we're going to come to our positions. Let's also take a look at gold. Gold is still, just take a look at this trend line. I drew this trend line back in July and it's still trending within the trend line. Gold is just ripping. By the way, take some profit if you have gold. Small profits. Don't sell all your gold if you have gold. I would suggest to take some profits. Now, Bitcoin also closed up on a negative. Wait, on a negative. Bitcoin is actually up this week. It had a really good week. I see some risk before the presidential election, but don't sell all your Bitcoin. If you do have some cash on the side, you're going to see a big pullback in Bitcoin. Even in the 200-day moving. No, wait. The 200 is over the 100 and the 50. So if this is going to go down to the 50-day moving average, the 50 is now the lowest. Definitely buy some Bitcoin. Not a lot, but buy some Bitcoin. Just trust me on this. Regardless of who's going to become president, just buy a little bit of Bitcoin. Okay, so let's take a quick look on earnings. We had on Monday, I believe we didn't have anyone interesting. Reliance, no. Didn't have anyone that we were watching for. On Tuesday, we had United Health. They came in better than expected, and then they had a major pullback. The Johnson & Johnson came in better than expected. Bank of America, ASML Holdings. We're going to talk about ASML just in a couple of seconds. Actually, we can talk about it right now. They came in better than expected, but you already saw maybe my video on ASML. They actually need to do a deep dive on ASML. I need to do a deep dive video on ASML. They came in pretty much better than expected, but they guided lower. Goldman Sachs came in better than expected. Also, Progressive came in better than expected. Charles Schwab, Citibank, and so far and so on. Yes, the financials. Let's go to Wednesday. Was an interesting one. We had Morgan Stanley coming in better than expected. US Farncom came in better than expected, and then we had no, it was Tuesday. It was on Wednesday. Thursday, there we go. Thursday we had Netflix coming in better than expected, and it ripped. It jumped 11% one day. Then we had Blackstone coming in better than expected. Also jumped. I could already say it. No. Let's come to the trades, buying and selling. We're gonna talk about that just in a couple of minutes. Then we had on Friday Procter & Gamble coming in better than expected, and they dropped. Then American Express came in better than expected. They helped us on Visa. Now, although I don't know what they guided lower, I believe American Express they did guide lower, so they came in better than expected. And Schlumberger, the Schlumberger again coming in well. Just regardless how high they came in. Remember, stock prices are forward-looking, so they're looking forward to the future, maybe in 6, if not 12 months. And I don't see a lot of oil drilling happening the next 6 months. Now, with this being said, oil is oversold, or is getting oversold. It still has a couple of days. Maybe the next week even we're going to get oil to oversold, and there I would definitely buy a bit of oil, some of the oil companies. Okay, so that's it for this part. Now let's go